Wow, that was incredibly loud. I don't think I've ever had my volume up this loud.
I had
That
Craig
was
do it digitally for the
that was
robot uprising.
what was the reason? What was the reason? What did you get? What did you get out of this? Did you win?
Cause
He said, "I only want
harm.
problems." Ladies,
Definitely cause
gents,
harm.
and those who disagree with gender binaries, welcome to episode 36. We back in the building. Back and we sillier than ever, baby. How the hell are you? Are we? Yes, of course. What am I, less silly than I was last week? Fuck.
Yeah, you right.
All right, come on now. It's either a lateral move, like I got silly in other areas, but I'm just as silly. Right, yeah. I never get less silly. I either get more silly in other areas, so it's like I'm rounding out my silliness, or I'm just getting sillier, period.
You're rounding out your stand stats. You got an A in silliness. You trying to get to the A in power, the
I got a
A
C.
in durability.
I got a C plus in buffoonery right now. I got to get that. And shenaniganery. My shenaniganery is low as hell.
I need to get my shenaniganery up.
I didn't do none of the trickster quest lines, so you know.
Yeah, you got to do I filled out the trickster first. I did all those side quests.
Really? Oh, see, the thing was, I started with just straight up like the bozo tactics, right? Because I figured those would be like some of the most important ones.
You were wrong.
Yeah, baby. I realized the trickster. He said I needed Brady game guides on how to be silly.
You went to and picked a major that you're not even going to use in life.
He said, "No, it was bozo studies. That was my concentration." You know, in hindsight though, I should have. Yeah, I should have went with trickery. Trickeration. Trickeration.
Hickory dickory, you got some motherfucking trickery.
All right, so he said, "Don't me like a silly aunt." Ooh,
speaking of trickery, there's some trickery going on the Super Bowl.
Oh, sure was. Some Joe Mixon passes. Some
niggas is out there just having a good time. I ain't never seen niggas do that during the normal season. How many touchdowns Joe Mixon throw during the normal season?
Settle. I mean, that's the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when, like, you could practice some shit all year and then never pull it out. That's when you. That's when you. It's the Philly special.
They tried it.
Hello?
Tried to. Oh, did my mic cut out? Hello?
Yeah, it cut out for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably my connection went down. The bar was red. But no, Odell threw a touchdown like a few games ago. They tried to recreate that and have Matt Stafford get a touchdown, but
yeah, I've seen that.
But he overthrew that shit like a mug.
Yeah, and I was just like, also Matt Stafford is just not the guy. Like, but it's hard for me to say that because I've seen Tom one-handed catch some shit. I've seen what was his name? I've seen a lot of niggas who like they not like that. Like, I'm just talking about athletic wise. Like, forget none of them are receivers. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not expecting none of you guys to lay out for a one-handed like that's never gonna happen. But like if I throw it in your range, listen, Daniel Jones is out here but snatch some shit out the air. You know what I'm saying? So, but Matt Stafford just never would strike me as the guy who I'm gonna throw a fake bootleg QB like back to Matt. I just no. He's just not the guy I'm gonna try that with.
Stafford looked like a high school science teacher.
No, for sure. He looked like a biology teacher through and through. That nigga ain't have no wheels out there, but he got it done. What else? I ain't gonna hold you. That Odell injury, that shit hurt. Because when I seen it, I already knew. It's when you see non-contact knee injuries, it's almost always an ACL, MCL, one of them CLs, nigga. One of them, what's the something ligament? I forgot what the C stands for. Crucial or cruciators. I forgot like the word terminology they use, but it's one of them ligaments. It's one of them ligaments. coochie ligament. But yeah,
The
kombucha with a C. But yeah, so I knew what it was. Like as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh man. I was like, I mean, hopefully he's good, but I don't think that's good. And even
Yeah,
when Joe
see,
Burrow went down.
when the first play, like when the play first got done, I looked away for like a split second. And I seen Odell on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then I watched the replay, and I'm like, oh no, his shit totally fucked up. As soon as I watched the replay, I was like, oh yeah, he's not coming back. I can tell. That's cooked.
Yeah, and it was a shame. And I could tell, like, as soon as you see him back on the sideline, you could tell he had been crying. You could tell I was like,
At least he,
damn, man. Yeah, that you know what? 100%. And it's funny as hell because it's like I think it was I think that's kind of what the Rams needed. They needed to get back to their shit because my thing was they could have ran their offense all game. Like, just listen, you gonna double Cooper Cup, so Odell's gonna cook whoever's 1v1ing him. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, nigga, this is your backup cornerback trying to cover Odell. And when he wants to win a ring, nigga, like, no, you're cooked. You're cooked. But as soon as he goes down, they just got.
I knew what they were going for, trying to double team Cooper Cup, but you can't just keep leaving Odell open like that.
Yeah, but they were going to. From the way it looks like that was they were willing to die with that. They're like, look, if Odell got like 7 catches for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, then he had to do it. He had to do that to us. But what Cooper had?
Cooper Cup, dude.
Yeah, what Cooper had? 70 and 1 touchdown. That's okay. See, yeah. This shit,
we got it.
This shit cut out a little bit there.
What was the last thing you heard?
You said I bet, and I ain't hear nothing after that.
No, I said I bet once Odell got injured, they were like, "Oh yeah, we got this in the bag now. We just keep double teaming Cooper. Who they got? They got this little white boy. We got Van Jefferson.
You got Van Jefferson and what's the other guy? Ben Skrawyatt or some shit like. Yeah, squiggly line.
Squiggly line.
Yeah, but damn, boy, you cut out crazy. It might be. I don't know if it's just your connection or is it just is it like is your shit dropping the red every time like you see yourself cutting out?
Yeah, it's dropping the red every time. I don't know what's going on with my connection. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, man. It's the silliness. It's the antics.
Hold on, I have an idea.
So you should have went to Bozo College for IT studies.
I went to normal college for that. Actually, no, I didn't. I went to college for psychology. Actually, I don't have no training in IT other than I got common sense.
They got common sense and work experience.
Tell you. Yeah, anybody that's not good with computers, I don't know.
I want to tell you, you just wasn't born with it. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
You just wasn't.
You just wasn't born with it. Yeah, your neurons just don't be firing when you see the computers. It's fine. Don't trip.
It's cool. I'm sure you see other shit. I don't know, pencils,
sports. Nigga turning you into a brute real quick. I don't know. You look like a sports guy to me. Football, huh?
Neurons, Neanderthal. No, you can't say that because I'm a sports guy.
Well, I mean, a lot of us are. I mean, I think a lot of people would like sports if there wasn't a lot of these other influences involved, like in terms of like fans and.
If there wasn't a stigmata.
I wouldn't even say necessarily that. I think it's just hard for a lot of people.
You're not going to address that?
No, it wasn't a stigmata. No, absolutely not. He said I didn't do it. Wasn't me. But no, I think like it's kind of like it's almost like music in a sense, right? Like for example, is me with anime, right? Like think about how often like I try to get into an anime and niggas, the fans like will turn me off. Like I'm watching it and they just selling it as something, and I'm like, it's alright, bro. But I mean, okay, I guess. Like and you see that with everything. With music, it's the same way. Like you get people who
I stopped watching Steven Universe. I was watching when it first came out, and then all the Steven Universe fans on Tumblr really just they made that shit whack.
He said, bro, y'all so corny, please stop. Corny ass boys. But It's like that with a lot, like with music. Like think about it. You could be a huge Beyonce fan, but then you like run into the Hive and you just like, guys, come on, man. Like just consume the content. Like like why
Man,
why is it all this other shit with it?
I gotta worship Beyonce, yo. What are you not getting about this?
And I've seen it with sports all the time. Like I've seen sports takes where like niggas will be dead wrong and they got logic behind or quote unquote logic. They came up they got whole arguments for why, even though they dead wrong, this makes perfect sense. And I'm like, it don't. And you just don't see it. It's like it's fanhood, bro. Like when you get to like fan stands, like that shit'll turn you off from a lot of shit. So I think with sports, a lot of it is that, like just how rabid some of these niggas be, and people just like, oh nah, I'm good.
I mean, I've never been the type of person to let other people turn me off of shit. Like a reviewer can say a movie is bad. I gotta see it for myself. So
Yeah, it's only certain people I give that to.
yeah, I see.
Well, for me, the worst is when niggas hyping anime, and I'm currently watching, and I'm like, all right, it's cool, it's all right, but like, why y'all keep, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I seen a thread about they was talking about animes this weekend, I think, and it was basically talking about a lot of animes that don't do that. Some of the shit that people basically they was talking about. It was a thread about a lot of things that people don't like with animes, like niggas announcing their moves, the long ass internal monologues in the middle of scenes, like stuff like that. And some people was like, listen, some of it was like shonen related stuff. Some of it was just related to other animes, fan service, all that types of stuff. And so then there was a whole thread of people naming animes who they felt like didn't fit that type of mold. Like they were like, all right, they don't do just the random 17-year-old shorty and she getting, you know what I'm saying? And we doing the dressing room scene or something. Like,
Mhm.
and they were talking about a lot of ones that don't have it. And of course, again, one of the main ones niggas screened was Trigun. And I went back and watched Trigun and did not like it. Did not like it. But these niggas was, boy, let these niggas tell you, that shit was like, well, this shit was a classic. It's up there with Bebop. I'm like, bruh, that shit, what, y'all for real? That shit was paper thin. Like, paper thin. But I'm like, all right, okay. All right. You know what I mean? To each his own. But it's shit like that. So like if I'm a guy who I'm 6, 7 episodes in and I hear that, I probably wouldn't have finished it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have smooth looked at it and be like, bro, I'm already not feeling this. And y'all
Yeah,
and
no,
y'all
I'll give
niggas.
up on anime in an instant. If I'm not about to waste. I'm not about to force my way through something. If I'm not feeling it. Anime that's got over 100 episodes. 6, 7 episodes isn't gonna be enough to get a feel for it. But if it's an anime that got
Yeah,
20 something
copy. Yeah, of course.
episodes, 6, 7 is
Yeah, like bro, if your anime got 30 episodes and 8 in, I'm not moved. Come on now. You got a couple
yeah,
more
no,
from me.
yeah,
You got one or
no,
two more from me. If I get to 10
that's
and
it.
this shit still mid, it's over with, bro.
Wait, hold
And
on.
niggas like,
Hold on. My shit is still dropping. Hold on. I'm about to just uninstall.
all right,
See, I couldn't even hear your response because after I finished talking, the bar dropped to red again.
I'm screaming.
Hold on. Hold on, I'll be
All
back in
right,
like 5 minutes.
all right. But yeah, so it looks like it's got, hold it down solo. But so anyway, for me, it's a lot of animes that I like. And I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm realizing that with anime specifically, like I can't necessarily just take people's recommendations because everybody watches it for something else. And even if we like, because I know people that will enjoy the same series, and then they'll recommend me another series, and I'm like, nah, this ain't really my thing. And it's crazy because that series could be very similar to the same one we both enjoy, but for me, it's just I don't know. Certain ones don't do it. And certain ones I haven't given a real shot. I know I gotta get deeper in, but for me, it's like Demon Slayer is a perfect example. I watched like the first 12 episodes, and I know it gets way more popping after that. But for me, it's like I got to a point where I was like, it's not that it's bad. It looks great. It's a nice little story. It's not like I just don't want to continue watching it right now. Like I just want to put this on hold. I'm gonna come back to this. You know what I'm saying? Like I never quit. Like if I give up on anime, I'll 100% give up on it, and I'll say that. But like some anime is just like, nah, I'm gonna come back for it. Like Attack on Titan, I gave up on. I think I watched like the first 8 or 9 episodes of the first season. When I was like when I watched the first season, it was still coming out as I was watching it. Like the episodes are still dropping every week. And it was early. And I watched like maybe the first 6, 7, I forgot, maybe 8. And I don't know. It's not like it was bad. It just got to a point where I was like, I don't really care anymore. So I'm gonna come back to this. At the time, I said I was gonna come back to it. But then as Attack on Titan kept going, I just kind of was like, all right, it's fine. I'm good. I won't come back to this. I'll just let it go. And I'll see what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen plenty of shit from Attack on Titan since then. But for me, it's just it's certain series I'm willing to give up on. Certain ones I'm not willing to give up on. One Piece I haven't started, but it's 1,000 episodes, so I imagine you can't like give up on it after 10, 15, 20. Like you can't give up on Dragon Ball Z after like 5, 10 episodes because it's so damn long that like nigga, you got nothing in 10 episodes.
Not getting a single part of the show.
Yeah, exactly, right. So the same thing like One Piece. Like if you give up on One Piece 17 episodes, and don't get me wrong, you can give up on any show anytime you want. I'm not the police.
Yeah, no. You can't
give
up on One Piece. I'm talking to specific people.
But
give
like,
up on One Piece.
but right. So, but if One Piece is exactly one, it's 1,000 something episodes. It's like Detective Conan. If you watch like 4 or 5 episodes, you're like, I'm good. All right. Well, no, it's different because
it's
Detective Conan. You've seen the series after 5 episodes. You've pretty much seen what Detective Conan is about. You just didn't get the underlying story of him discovering his true identity and all that shit.
Yeah. And
but
like you said, it's 1,000 episodes, so I'm not gonna blame anybody for not wanting to go through 1,000 episodes. But you can't say that the series is bad because you didn't like it after 20 episodes. You could just say it didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say One Piece bad after stopping after 7 episodes, 17 episodes.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I was saying, like, we was just going with Demon Slayer. Like, I would never sit up here and say it's ass. It looks hard. It looks tough, nigga. Like, all the scenes I've seen of it, like, if it's one thing I know about that show, it's the visuals is arguably the best part of the show. Like, the visuals sells the show. Like, when you see some of them fights and you see some of the scenes and all this other shit, you like, bruh, okay. Yeah. Okay, no.
Demon
All
Slayer,
right.
the anime is 100% carried by the action and the visuals, but after the first season, I liked it so much. I went and read the manga, and then I finished the entire manga. It's good, but the best part, it's a good series as a whole. But the best part of the anime is definitely the visuals.
Right. And so that's one of those things where like I would never sit up here like I can't speak on it because I again I gave it 12 episodes. I didn't give it a shot. Like so I can't speak on its quality. I could just say after 12 episodes, I wanted to watch something else. I just wanted to go somewhere else. And it's one of the ones I might come back to. Like Attack on Titan, I've decided I'm not coming back to. I've been decided that though.
You're not missing much for Attack on Titan. You don't need to come back.
Right. But I was talking about it. Like, and it's a whole bunch of shit I still gotta watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Jujutsu Kaisen and I gotta watch and a whole bunch of other shit that niggas have been telling me.
You gotta come back to that.
Well, I finished what was that? Dorohedoro? How do you? Yeah, Dorohedoro.
Yeah.
I finished that. So and that was good. I like that. I like that. So I know it's certain ones I just gotta, try to reach out on my own. Because I even remember that back when I was young, like, there was times where like niggas would watch. I mean, shit, even Reef was there. Niggas, Reef, Yoshi, all them niggas was watching Naruto. And I tried watching, I got to Haku. That's nowhere in Naruto. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, not wrong.
How far was Haku?
Haku and Zabuza on the bridge, nigga. Right? That's like episode 18, dog. Like, I got nowhere.
Vivid memories watching Haku because I remember Zabuza crying on the bridge with a kunai in his mouth, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna stick with me the rest of my life," and it literally did. But Naruto wasn't for me. I stopped watching Naruto, and then I picked it back up once Shippuden came.
Yeah, so Naruto, and that was what it was. Like, it got to a point I was like, nah, I know there's more, but like, I'm all right. I'm gonna sit this one out. What was the other one? Even Bleach. Bleach was another one nigga tried to sell me on a million times, and I watched regular scenes from Bleach and just seen scenes here and there, but it was just like I don't have no desire to go watch Bleach. I'm not. Again, I can't judge it. I'm not speaking to its quality. I don't know nothing about it. I just know I'm not interested in watching it really. Like
everybody said the big three, but I don't count Bleach in the big three because I didn't watch it. The big three for me is One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Naruto. a lot of people say Dragon Ball isn't part of the big three, and it's Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. But I didn't watch Bleach. Bleach just never appealed to me as a kid.
How could Dragon Ball Z not be in the big three?
I don't know.
Especially speaking from a Westerner's perspective.
Yeah, I
Like
have
if
no
you
idea.
like maybe if you
Well,
speaking
I mean,
from
you gotta
over
think
there.
about it. Like we were watching Toonami, and that's how we were getting our anime. Some people were like really big anime fans, so niggas were watching other shit. In Japan, the big three is Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. Because in Japan, Dragon Ball came out a decade and a half before that shit came out. Think about it, like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball came out in the 80s, and by the time we got it, like GT
Oh, yeah.
finished in like 93, and we didn't
In the
get it till like
90s, yeah.
2005 or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We were
that's
like a
why
full
Dragon Ball
decade.
is a part of the big three because it came out beforehand. But to me, I didn't watch Bleach, so Dragon Ball was a part of the big three for me.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is that a lot of people, especially a lot of like anime niggas, don't go back and watch a lot of these old series. So they got recency bias. A lot of them look at it from a lens of this new shit is like, again, because think about it, when you see Demon Slayer, the visuals, bro, it smokes any of them old shits you can think of. But it should.
A
It
lot of these
should.
Gen Z niggas that they're basically kids and they don't watch none of the new stuff. They say stuff like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and then some other bullshit I never watched.
Yeah,
They say
Attack
that's
on
the big
Titan
three.
or something. Yeah,
They
right,
say
sure.
that's the big three because they kids and that's what they got.
Yeah, and I guarantee you see niggas somewhere, old nigga, like, yo, y'all not gonna put Lupin the third in that big.
I don't think nobody on earth put Lupin.
Nah, you bugging, yeah. It's an old nigga somewhere fighting for Lupin's place, yeah. Fighting for Big O or some shit. I promise you.
Big O. I never watched Big O. The only time I saw it is when I woke up at 2 a.m. randomly and it was just on.
I never watched the series, but I was like, this shit look like it's hard. I never watched sequential episodes of Big O.
But yeah,
Every
no, just
episode,
whenever it was on, I
yeah,
was watching, but
every
I was never
episode I
going all the way
saw
to watch
was
it.
just from a scene in the show. I didn't know when it was, what season, where we was at, what was happening. I was just, all right, what y'all getting into?
Literally, I wake up at 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh, Big O? Cool, I'll watch this and then go back to sleep.
I feel like Inuyasha was the same way. I never watched Inuyasha in
Oh,
order.
yeah, no, I
I,
never
I, it
watched
was,
Inuyasha.
I smooth get on there one scene. Oh shit, okay. Oh, Windscar. Oh,
I would see Inuyasha at fucking 5 a.m. before, like, right before I'm supposed to wake up. If I hear Inuyasha, I'm like, it must be time to get up. I got like another hour and a half before I gotta get up. I might as well just watch this.
That's how I felt about fucking Detective Conan, bro. There was a point where I was waking up at 4 in the morning to watch that shit. I was setting an alarm for that
You
shit,
was,
bro.
oh my god, you
Like this is
diabolical.
during the summer though. This is during the it was like during the summer, where you don't got no school or nothing. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna set my alarm on vibrate, put it under the pillow, and at 4 a.m. we getting up, nigga. 4 a.m. I'm smooth waking up to watch Conan.
I've never watched Detective Conan, but it's been around for so long, I just know what it is. But I've
I
literally
used to
never
love that.
seen a single episode.
There was a point in time where like my favorite animes was like that, like fucking Chobits. You remember Chobits?
No, not at
Like
all.
Chobits. I might be pronouncing it wrong. It could be Chobits. I don't know. Chobits, whatever.
He said
But it was.
Caesar Chavez.
He said the Revolutionary. They got an anime. But nah, it was that. What else was I watching? It was like I never watched Tenchi Muyo, but that was one of the shows I wanted to. But like again, that was when I was young. Like that's why I do. It does have to be really nice for these kids to be able to see anything they want. Cause like think about it. Back
It do
then,
make
like
sense.
Tenchi Muyo was like a show I wanted to like watch. I always wanted to get into it, but I just never.
Yeah,
Again, it was on Toonami, so it's just like when you catch it, you catch it. So it was like, all right, I can
yeah.
never get
Y'all
into
missed
this.
so many shows because didn't get home in time. The
Yeah,
amount of
exactly.
episodes of Rurouni Kenshin I missed, the whole many
Oh yeah,
episodes
yeah,
of Yu
yeah,
Yu
yeah.
Hakusho.
Facts. Or episode of Gundam I can't watch, and then this
Yeah,
cook because now I have no idea what's happening. I
and
missed 4 days.
there's no way I'm ever gonna see it again in my entire life because that shit's just gone.
Oh
We
yeah,
missed it.
yeah. So and it's like, so I do appreciate that because like now, you a kid now, nigga. Like for example, I did that. I started watching I wanted to watch Gundam chronologically, and I was a sick nigga for thinking
You
that.
sound crazy.
No, I was a sick nigga for thinking that because Gundam, first off, there are so fucking many Gundam series, dog. There's like 13 Gundam
Yeah,
series,
Gundam is like
like
Yu-Gi-Oh!
6
There's like
movies, nigga.
yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Got like 30 spin-offs. Gundam
Dog,
is the same way.
I remember I was sitting there because only thing I could think of, like when I was thinking of Gundam, I thought of like G Gundam
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam Wing. That was all I had in my head. And then I looked it up, and these niggas like, nah, bro, come on. 3 series, come on, bro. It's like 12 of these shits.
They just came out with a new Gundam recently, as a matter of fact.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
Gundam
But
is just one of the franchises that's just gonna keep coming. It's like a staple in Japan, just like America. What's some staple shows? We got Family Guy, The Simpsons, South Park. Gundam is just a staple anime like Dragon Ball, Naruto, I guess, One Piece, and Bleach. Yeah, Gundam is just over there. That's
yeah,
theirs.
and Lupin the third.
Lupin the Third. No, you can't. Any anime adaptation that gets taken and put on Netflix and gets a live action adaptation, they
Oh,
lose
it's
that
cooked.
title.
It's
It's
cooked.
cooked. It's
Oh
cooked.
man, damn, it's
So
cooked.
Lupin
Nah,
the
they
Third
gonna
is
do a
cooked.
Dragon Ball Z movie on Netflix soon. Eventually, you know
They
they gonna
already
do
did
that.
Dragon Ball. They did Dragon Ball Evolutions. That was just
I know,
straight.
but that wasn't on Netflix though. That wasn't Netflix.
Is Netflix specifically the bar?
Like Netflix got to produce it and make it. Yeah, right. I would think so. If
Mm,
it's just on Netflix, that don't count. That's not fair. I just signed a deal for that.
let's see. They made they made Lupin the Third black. You know
Mhm.
how
I watched
Lupin
it.
the
It
Third
was good.
doesn't matter because white anime fans didn't complain that they made him black. They didn't even watch it.
I watched the series. It was good. I liked it.
I know it's good, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter because
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
anytime an anime matters, anime fans are
Nah,
gonna complain when the character is
I'm
black.
ignoring you, but yeah, for sure.
So the fact that they didn't complain that he was black mean that they didn't care.
He said, "I'm
Nigga, they
here to
were
tell you right now,
complaining.
we
Netflix is
don't."
making an adaptation of One Piece, and there's a nigga in One Piece that's black named Usopp, and niggas
Mhm.
were complaining that the actor is black.
But he is black, correct?
Not to them. No, he's just light skinned. He
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 just
from
lies.
no, he's from Brazil.
So he Afro Latino, more than
No,
likely.
he's white Brazilian.
But he light skinned though. Is he
No,
white skin or light
look,
skin?
listen. It don't matter that
It
the
don't
author
matter. I
of the
know.
manga said that he's black. He's not black, and we gonna complain about it.
Well, if the author of the manga said it,
There's a black character in My Hero Academia that's a hero. Her name Mirko,
I would say her
like
name
one of the
Jamal.
only black characters, and they cast a black voice actress to play the black hero, and they were mad.
I don't
They do
understand why.
this anytime black people are attached to anime anyway. Just so you get an idea of why Lupin the Third didn't matter, because they had an African, they had an African playing Lupin.
It's so funny because I actually even peeped it that way. Like, because I remember seeing it. My mom mentioned something to me of all people, and I was like, oh, sure, I'll look at it. And then I remember looking at it, and I was like, wait, is this the Lupin?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
and I was like, and then I was like reading the description. I was like, oh shit, hold up, this is Lupin. Like
That shit was
Lupin.
good too.
Yeah, and I watched it. I watched it in French too. Well, I tried to watch most of it in French. I did watch most of it in French. I didn't like the English voice acting. It was really weird. It changed like the whole tone of the show. That's one thing. Another thing I'm noticing with these Netflix shows is that the voice acting makes it. I mean, obviously, it makes a huge difference with any
Yeah,
show. But
they don't even be
well,
trying.
yeah, with some of these shows, it's like
It's not like a
totally,
dubbed
totally.
anime. It's like I don't know if it's the voice actors they're getting or what, but all these
Or
Korean shows like Squid Games or
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, those two,
Hellbound,
those
they
two.
if the English sucks, you gotta watch it subbed, not dubbed, because the
To the
voices
point
don't be
to where a
matching.
lot of the English voice acting changes characters entirely.
Yeah, literally.
Like they'll have lines written, and you can see the lines that were written. You know what I'm saying? And then you see the acting, and you're like, well, nigga, you just changed the character. Like instead of the character just being rightfully angry, now you just making him look like a playful dummy in every situation or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like where like so. And you can see it like with Ibisu and that Dore how do you pronounce that shit? Goddamn boy.
Dorohedoro.
Yeah, Dorohedoro, like you can see the voice lines, like they didn't seem that childish, but in the dub, she was childish as
They made her
shit.
seem like a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, they made it seem like she was a fool. I was screaming it when she opened the bag. She was like, "Let me see the body." And I was like, "Ah, yo, be careful with it." She opened the bag and threw up in it. She opened the bag and see this said disgusting, and then threw up. I was like, "Why would you open the bag then?"
See, I didn't have no problem with Ibisu though, because in the manga she is a fucking dumbass.
Oh,
Like
okay.
she's a straight up fool. throughout
Oh,
the
see,
entire thing. She never changes. So
and see,
it,
and in that
it
case, it makes sense. Yeah, but that
like
shit have me
even
crying.
that scene where that's a perfect encapsulation of her character. Like, all right, now this shit gonna be nasty. She opened up the bag and threw up in it. Like, yeah, what we
Open at
just
the
tell
back,
you.
sat there. She smooth stared at it for like a second and a half. Absolutely disgusting.
It's like
Threw
Shaq in
up
the
in,
drive-through.
in the bag.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, he said understandable. I still remember the one where Shaq pull up. He say something, and it's like the remember the appear dude, the
APYR.
what was it? Yeah, yeah. It
He's
was like
like,
him with
I
like some
see.
incomprehensible
I've
gargle.
met with a terrible fate.
That shit had me crying. Oh man. But all right, what else we got? What else we got? If we gonna talk about Netflix, I guess we might as well stay on the topic of Netflix because they got a show called Tinder Swindler. And I forgot how long this not show, it's a movie or
An
documentary.
hour and 50 minutes. I was looking at it earlier.
Hour 50? It didn't feel like that, honestly.
That's a good sign.
But yeah,
That's a
so
good sign.
allegedly it's hour. I think it might be like, it might be like 15 minutes of credits or something. Cause like it had to be an hour 30. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't an hour 50. It didn't feel like that. But it's a show about an Israeli dude who, long story short, was getting women on Tinder and committing outlandishly wild acts of fraud.
Okay.
And I remember before I even watched this, I seen tweets about it, and they made it seem like it was a nigga who was just jugging just dumb women out of bread. And I'm just like, I mean, a little morally bankrupt, but
No,
like,
so
okay.
I still haven't seen the show, but I saw a news article saying that he was banned from every dating app for scamming women out of more than like $6 million. And I'm like, you had to be dating only high profile women, or you had to be
Yeah,
moving through
no.
like thousands of women? Because how do you scam
The,
$6 million worth of shit from women?
well, I'll tell you because it's one of those things where like it was absolutely a scam, right? But the problem here is the way this nigga set it up. I mean, listen, when you watch the actual documentary, you realize like this is not a nigga just manipulating women. This guy he has a plan. He has a full playbook. This is the Super Bowl to this nigga. He has a playbook that he's picking plays out of. And these plays are
Hmm.
working. And they're not working because these women are dumb or they're just too naive to not see it coming. This nigga's picking the right play after, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a quarterback. Like, if I'm gonna run that inside dive, get 5 yards, and then, oh, okay, you don't want that no more. So guess what? I'm gonna run a play action right after that. Like, like you know what I'm saying? He's really actually like tactically gaslighting these women. It's not like just this a nigga
Tactically
just
gaslighting.
no, that's literally it's tactical gaslighting, bro. Like, but like this nigga he was doing wild. Like he would meet a girl and he would basically love bomb them, right? I don't know if you've ever heard of this term, right?
What's a
But
love
it's
bomb?
basically I explain it to you, right? So a love bomb is basically like a nigga who or a person, it don't gotta be a nigga, but a person who will like over indulge, right? Like I'm gonna get you all these gifts, like early on in a relationship, and then as the dust starts to settle, that was just like to get you high. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like to intoxicate you. Like, yeah, I'm that nigga. Now that I give you all that, I'm gonna give you the absolute bare minimum, and it should be fine because I just love
Okay.
bombed you.
I get the
I just
concept, but I've
spent
never
200.
heard that
You get
term.
what I'm saying? Like I spend like 250,000. I do everything. I'm mad. I'm a mad attentive. I'm there. I'm listening to you everything for like a week, 2 weeks, and then all right. This is what I
So
really wanted to give you.
he had money. He was putting up 250,000 as investments to scam these
So
women out of more.
well, what we found out during the documentary is that he was pretty much like this was like a circular scam. It was like a multi-level marketing scam. Like the money
Oh,
came
okay.
from each mark. So you needed a mark to get more money for the next mark.
Okay. Oh,
You
this
get what
nigga
I'm
is
saying? So no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like nigga, so when I again going back, when I just saw these tweets about niggas talking about, I'm really just thinking it's a nigga just like asking women for money, and these idiots are just giving it to him because they like him. Like I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, but then when you see how he's playing it, bro, this nigga would like, and he was like, oh, I'm the son of a billionaire. My dad's like a diamond magnate or some shit. And again, there were articles about it, and I think the guy's a real person, but I don't know, he faked something else. But anywho, so he was saying all that, and he was doing billionaires, and what he would do was he would meet a woman, da da da. Oh, we get together, cool. I'll tell you what, send me your passport info and all that stuff, and I'll get you a flight out here. And then he fly them out, show them the time of their life, day, 2 days. They go back home. What you think gonna happen? I miss you. Like, come on now, you know how this goes. Like, let's be real here, bro. If you fly a shorty out to Greece in the middle of her work week, in the middle, like on Tuesday, she come back on Thursday night and got to work Friday. Like, come on now. And then so he would get kind of cool with him, and then he would get to a point where he'd be like, "Oh, hey, listen, obviously I got shit going on and blah blah." And mind you, he was like flexing ties to Putin and shit like that. So think about what type of niggas and names he's saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when a nigga who cool with Putin and he's the son of a billionaire, quote unquote, the Prince of Diamonds, right? Is what he calling himself and all this. And you went out with him and seen him spend $80,000 in a night. You get what I'm saying? You seen it. You didn't. Ain't no facade. You watched him do it. You was there in the club. Bottles on me. I got y'all. Oh, y'all need bottles over there in that section? Got y'all. Oh shit, fuck it. Y'all hungry too? Order everything on the menu. Don't even take it to go.
In the club, but he could move.
Yeah, he absolutely could move. He was popping beans in the club tactically. So he was doing all that, and then they would see all that, and then he'd be like, "Oh, hey, listen, I got an issue with my accounts because I got people with enemies and this and that." And he had these pictures of like a guy who was claiming to be his bodyguard who had gotten beat up or something, and he was using these pictures on every woman. And so what he would do is he'd wait a couple of weeks and then be like, "Oh, listen, my man's got beat up. Da da da. I told you I got enemies. I got real enemies. Like, know what I mean? Like none of that fake pretend shit. I got real enemies. Niggas don't want to see me win out here. And so I gotta chill on my credit card spending because they tracking my credit card accounts. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, most niggas are just like, oh damn, they can do that? Niggas is wild. And so he like, yeah. So listen, is there any way like you could like spot me like 25K? And think about it, 25K is a lot of money for these women. These women he was asking them weren't rich. You know what I'm saying? They were women who had, something going for them.
Probably making
right. Not even necessarily well off.
Year, but
not even. Some of them was like 60, 70,000. Like if we talking, they weren't all rich women. A lot of them were up there, of course, right? But there's, we talking 50, 60,000 a year. That's not crazy money. That's good money. It's comfortable money. But it was women living with their parents, saving up to get their own apartment. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
So it's not like you only dealing with. But either way, think about it. You went to the club with him and watched him spend 80 racks. So if he asks you to borrow, it's no doubt in your mind. No, not even that. Not even that. You're not there yet. Remember, he does have the money, but his accounts got frozen. That's what he told you. Because niggas will track his spending and they'll be able to see where he at in the world based on where he's spending his money at. That's what he's telling you. So in your mind, when he asked you to borrow 25K, you thinking, all right, cool, I'll give it to him because I know he got 25K. Yeah. I just watched you spend 80 in a club and you couldn't move. So I know for a fact, if I give you 25, you're going to give it back. Cool, I ain't worried about it. So they give him the 25. Boom. He be like, all right, cool, I sent you a check. Here go the receipt. And he did it to one woman where it was like she gave him 25K and then he asked for another 15. It was 40 total. And then she gave him that. And then he was like, all right, I got you. And then he showed a receipt for like $100,000 check in her account. And Shorty was like, oh, shit, bro, listen. I would just give you the 40 because you my man, bro. You ain't got to go all that. And he was like, nah, listen, like you my girl. I fuck with you, da. Like, yeah, you my rock. You all that. You da. So like that's what I'm saying. Like people think it was as simple as he just selling these women lies. But dog, when you put yourself as the Prince of Billionaires, niggas are chasing you, tracking your credit card accounts and spending and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like doing all that. And there was even one woman where he flew her out and he had a dude call him. And the dude was like, yo, listen, your location compromised, yo. I'm on the way to get you right now.
Hey, yo.
And the phone, and it's on speaker. You get what I'm saying? And it's on speakerphone. So you hearing another nigga say that. You hear him in the car. He whipping. Yo, listen, yo, you at the crib? I stay put. I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. Yo, your location compromised. Don't go nowhere. Turn the lights off. And I'm right there. And
what's going on, yo?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So when you add in all of that faking, bro, it's easy to see how they fell for this. Because you might have felt, once you fall for the first one or two, think about it. I've already loaned you 40,000, and now you talking about I'm here with you. And nah, listen, it's trauma bonded. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean when I say this nigga was tactically gaslighting these women. It was not no simple, run of the mill. Oh, these girls dumb. Watch your lips. I love you though. Like, nah, this nigga was really picking plays out of a playbook. It's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 16. Oof, we got to get this one. How we gonna get it? And he gonna draw up some silly shit, boy. You ain't never seen this before. You said you running Statue of Liberty plays on 3rd and 6? Oh, bruh. Damn, I didn't know you wanted the first down that bad.
Oh, so like, how? Not how did he get caught? Because he did it to like 7 billion different women or whatever. But did he get arrested? How
So
is
he
this?
got arrested, but he got arrested for fraud. False documents. Like he was frauding passports. He had a
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, like, this
yeah, no,
sounds.
because this is like morally bankrupt, but it's not illegal technically.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless
Especially
you
if
can
you're doing
prove
it to
you
women from
frauded.
other countries. So
Yeah, he was doing it all
they
over.
yeah. So how are they going to tie that back to where you live? And
Yes,
yeah,
when
okay. So
they got into his past, he had went to prison in 2015 for fraud. But it was like I think like literally like fraudulent checks and shit like that. Sat down, I think, for 2 or 3 years, and he came out and got straight to this. You get what I'm saying? Like that nigga was
straight to the
in there,
money.
like he was in there, like, boy, when I get out, yo, nah, fuck that, fuck the checks. I got something way better, nigga. You bugging? Watch this. I'm gonna go crazy. Got out, went crazy, and the way he got caught was that one woman. Remember the one I said he put 100,000 in her account? He
Mm-hmm.
put that brand in her account, and that money never came through. Of course, because it was fake receipt. Again, he's a master a forger. You know what I'm saying? He just forged the receipt. So the money never showed up. Of course not. And now you realize, oh, I'm out 40K, and that was the money I was saving to get my apartment. So she was sick. The original girl remember the one I said that she was with him, and he said they coming to get you. That was another woman.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So he had like, I think the documentary only covered like 3 or 4 women specifically he was talking to. But again, based on the money that was actually found with the nigga and nigga, it was way more than 4. Way more than 4. Right? Like, but again, when you see how much he was getting, he got one woman for like 150. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
so yeah. But again, think about it. When a nigga's playing it like this, you with him, you watch him spend 100,000 in a weekend. You're not really seeing that money the same no more after that. Let's be real here. Like, if you go chill with, like, say your man's like, yo, oh, it's a Super Bowl this weekend. You'll fly. I'm gonna fly you out, this and that, right? Nigga fly you out. Y'all go to the Super Bowl, blah blah blah. Y'all have a good night. Y'all party all weekend, and then nigga get to showing you like receipts, or at any point you start thinking of the numbers here. Like, what does a Super Bowl flight cost? Right? What does a Super Bowl hotel cost? A Super Bowl ticket cost? What does the after party ticket cost? What do the bottles in the after party cost? What do all the, you know what I'm saying? Like when you start adding up all of these costs, you think, damn, nigga, that was like a $70,000-$80,000 weekend we just had. And he asked you for 10 because his card frozen. You're not going to think nothing of that 10 you give him. Now, obviously, that 10 to you still means what it means to you, right? Like, you still looking at it like, all right, I only got 18 saved, bro, so this 10 is a good amount. But, nigga, what is 10 when you know your man's is good for 80 in a weekend for fun? For fun. So, all right, cool. And then he was justifying the numbers because he had a whole team with him, right? He had security, he had staff, he had an assistant and all these people. And the funny thing was, he had a child with one of the women, and this woman was it turns out,
what?
He had a child with one of these women.
He had a child with one of the women he was scamming?
Mm-hmm. And it turns out one of the women he was scamming, when they found this out at the end, one of the women he was scamming ended up getting in on the scam. Like, so he scammed her to the point to where she exposed his ass. And that was the first stint he did in jail. When he got out, I guess somehow he came to her and said, listen, I know I did you dirty. I got a better move this time. She said, nah. You gonna do me dirty again? No. Swear to God. This time you in on it. Huh? No, I'm still scamming. Let's get it. I'm not. No. I need you to understand. I'm still scamming, just not you. You in on it this time. Shorty was like, I don't know. And eventually, I guess she got down with it. But yeah, it was pretty wild. It wasn't a bad hour and a half to time on the waste. It was wild though, but it was just another reminder of how how powerful, niggas' words can be. Because this guy, it was mostly, like I said, it was play calling. And I hate to even say it like that because it like makes it seem so nasty, but that's really how nasty it was. Tactical, bro. It was competitive, nigga. This nigga was playing in the conference championship of gaslighting. He wasn't fucking around. This nigga was trying to win it all, and he
You
got
know what?
pretty damn close.
Pretty damn close. He might win it all. He might turn this Netflix bag into something bigger. Because I
No, he
saw an
will.
article earlier
No, he
today
will.
saying that he's looking for an agent to get him on a dating show.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, and I was just like, and it was funny because somebody mentioned like it's amazing how we reward abusers, and I was like, yeah, no,
It is.
it
You gonna
sure
watch the
is.
show, don't you? Shut the fuck up.
Well, some of them won't, but even the other thing was, think about it. Who was on the Super Bowl halftime? It was Dr. Dre, Eminem. I mean, both of them got some strong. Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
especially. I mean, Dr. Dre was beating women up in
Dr.
the
Dre
studio.
got multiple.
Yeah, he was beating women up in the stew. Like, we recording, bro? Damn. That's what we doing? So, I mean, yeah, granted, and that shit meant nothing. He's still on the halftime show. But meanwhile, you show niggas a little titty, you can't come back. I'll tell you what.
I didn't even show titty. I got the titty taken.
Yeah, you had the star over the titty anyway. I mean, listen, we all had a good time. What?
I had a great time when I saw that.
Understand this, man. This is nasty work, man. But I guess since we on the topic of what abusers getting a second chance at it, right? Let's get to this little nut job here. This man here, Mr. West. I'm gonna cover this briefly because I don't really want to get too much into this because it's just you too damn old to be doing this shit. But obviously most people have been, I guess, unfortunately tortured by this news because I don't follow this, but it won't leave me alone. I have already blacklisted Kanye's name. I don't want to blacklist Kim because there's many other people named Kim who I simply could see. And
Name 30.
I don't want to. You said what?
Name 30.
Name 30? Lil Kim. I don't know, man. Come on. This is already ridiculous. What am I doing here? I gave you one, okay? Kim Jong-un. What if he make a declaration and I don't see it?
He was just cooked.
It's
even
cooked,
if
right?
you do see it, you still cook. So what's the difference?
I want to see it before they send me the emergency alert on my phone.
No,
what
I
I'm
just
getting
want
at.
to be scared to death by the emergency alert so I die before the bombs drop.
Never.
I'm trying to get that emergency alert like, damn, and then have a heart attack and drop dead.
I'm not gonna hold you, son. Them emergency, you know that one that come on late night on the TV? That shit used to terrify me, bro. Like you be watching a show and that shit just jump on ASAP out of nowhere. And it'd be like 2 a.m. You half sleep. That shit come on. And you like, oh, that's what we doing? This is an emergency broadcast. He said, if shit was about to get wild, this is what you would hear, my mans.
I used to hate when it would come on during the middle of the day, like 2 p.m. when I'm watching cartoons, and I would just think, y'all doing edit?
It cook your whole vibe. Like, oh, come on. I'm watching SD Gundam, yo. Relax. Yo, Gundam SD was hard. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the cell shaded chibi ones.
Cell shaded chibi Gundam.
Yeah, it was Gundam SD, I think. Was that what it was called? Gundam SD? SD Gundam, yeah. Or a Superior Defender Gundam Force, yeah.
Superior Defender Gundam Force.
SD Gundam, maybe, yeah. It was a little baby Gundams. I used to love that shit. It would be that, and then Hamtaro would come on right after that. I'm like, oh, you can't get no more better. You can't get better than this.
Hamtaro.
Nah, Hamtaro was my shit. I can't hold you. I used to be a huge Hamtaro fan. Like that was one of the first animes I was really fucking with, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
Hamtaro was one I never got into. I've seen it, never got into it.
Yeah, that shit was some.
It's one of them animes where I've seen 1,000 clips on YouTube, and the clips be funny as hell.
Yeah, that shit was gas. Yo, hold on. This is the ultra tangent because we was definitely talking about Kanye, but all right, let me reel it back in. But yeah, so this nigga is doing the funny money shit. And you know the most interesting thing about this is like, before I even get into any of the shit that he's actually done, like I just like what other nigga can do this and not look like a sucker? Like, that's the part that's so amazing to me that nobody.
Nobody can because he looks like a sucker.
No, he looks like a sucker still, but no one's calling it that, and that's the part that's crazy to me because it's like, bro, let any B tier nigga do this, any C tier nigga do it. We cooking them, cooking them.
I feel like plenty of normal people are cooking them. It's just the media outlets that aren't.
And that's the part that's just so nasty to me. And then that's the part where we forget he's also a billionaire. Like we can't forget that. There's a lot of outlets who are not willing to
That's
fully.
true. They're not going. Yeah, they're not going.
Yeah, they're not willing to fully say what they need
That's
to
why
say.
niggas don't be cooking Elon when he do dumb shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. I forgot Kanye's a billionaire because I don't think about him in the same way I think about Elon and Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, so that's a good point. I forgot he was even a billionaire.
Yeah, so it's like people fail to realize, like, that's why when they was talking about, he was talking about the media is trying to put niggas talking about the Kardashian empire, bro, he's a billion. Listen, no, I'm not going for that because I understand the Kardashians have billions themselves. I understand they got media, they got the media and whatever they got. You know what I'm saying? Whatever capacity they have, cool, bro. You a billionaire and you're Kanye and you got connections. To stop it. I don't want to hear that no more. This is billionaire on billionaire. Figure it out, nigga. I don't care about that shit. I don't want to sit. No, I don't want to hear that. Like, this is billionaire on billionaire. Like, and you trying to win in a court of public opinion, which is crazy because you still losing. But niggas is entertaining it because it's getting them views. It's getting them clicks. Yeah. And that's the part that's crazy because it's like, bro, you really are like, this is harassment, nigga. Like, I like, all right, picture it like this, right? Let's say Kanye move on. He with Julia Fox. And for whatever reason, a woman is like, yo, I'll beat that bitch ass. We would be like, what's up, sis? Move on. Like, move on. Beat her ass for what? You still wouldn't get him. So move on. Just like, it's so wild how everything that this nigga has done afterwards. Like, he initially, like, when it first ended, he was talking nice, like, oh yeah, we gonna make it work and da 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 da. And then he immediately got to the sucker shit. And it's like, bro,
he was talking nice. We gonna make it work until another nigga's in the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, immediately got to the sucker.
That's how it always is.
Right? Said I'll beat his ass. Said nigga had allegedly, right, spreading rumors that he had HIV. I don't know how true that is. That could have been a Kardashian hit job. But listen, you made the song, my nigga, and said, I God save me from that crash so I can beat his ass. I mean, you said that in the song. Like, you can say, oh, I'm just having fun with it. Yeah, well, it's not really that fun when you're threatening to beat up somebody ex and you're a nigga off your meds. Like, that's the part you forgetting. Like, I know we're not supposed to, yeah, that's the part where but it's mental health. We can't use that. No.
We can talk about Kanye being off his meds, but even off his meds, do he seem like the type of nigga that's gonna beat somebody else? Has he ever seemed like that?
No, but remember, he's a billionaire. So guess what billionaires do? They don't beat ass themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Come on now. We know where this is going. Let's not act foolish here. Let's not act like we don't get it.
What are you saying? Skeety's in danger?
Skeety? Skeet better eat his Wheaties.
First off, I wouldn't need Kanye to grow up and start calling a nigga that. It's not hitting like Sleepy Joe. It's not. You gotta stop that. It's not working.
Yeah, like, bro, even the memes and shit he was posting, like, if he was posting
the first one, the first one, no, the first two. The first one was Civil War was funny, and then the Venom versus Carnage one was funny.
But it just get to a point where it's like, bro, look at the way you behaving, and you are shocked. You're perplexed that you can't see your kids at times. You perplexed that somebody wouldn't want to give you the children to have for a whole weekend and trust that you can come back.
That's why I don't even be listening to him, because literally the same day where he was talking about not getting his kids and just wanting his family, he was at the Super Bowl with his kids. Like, what were you even talking about? You got him. What was he even talking about then? The kids was there with him.
Not to mention, you posted mad niggas private conversations on Instagram. Like, it's a lot of just funny money shit going on where it's like, literally, like, he posted one from Kim. And like it's like maybe like a little bit cut off, but you can see Kim literally saying, "Why must you post everything we talk about?" Like, that's cut off. You can see she literally like, "Bro, why are you posting?"
No. That post, it wasn't even cut off. He posted that on purpose because the caption of the shit said, "Oh, my girl want me to stop posting our conversations." So he's literally just unhinged.
Yeah, but then even doing all that, like, and again, you bought in Shorty, you bought in Julia Fox, right? Y'all had your little run. I'm sure she knew what it was. She was milking it. I mean, she's not stupid.
Yeah.
So she been around the block, like, so she know what it is. She did her role, played her role, got her little juice from that, and said, "All right, I'm about to head out." But then my whole thing was, even during all that, Kanye was still talking about like, me and Kim gonna get together and it's gonna heal the nation. Like, my nigga, bro, you are a sucker, yo. I'm sorry. There's no other way to, bro. We can't beat around the bush because he's Kanye or because he's a billionaire. This is sucker behavior. Any other nigga, look, even Dr. Sebi couldn't get away with this one. Even Dr. Sebi
I
wouldn't
don't
get
know,
called this.
man.
Nah, they'll
Dr.
call him a sucker
Sebi,
for this.
they gonna defend him, bro.
Nah, they would. They'll let Dr. Sebi go for this. They would.
That
I
nigga
know they
drank
would.
his own pee and went blind.
They
And
would.
still
Nah,
said
they
he
letting them
got
go
the
for
cure for cancer and AIDS.
They let them go for this, bro. They would have to. They would have no other choice. The black delegation would meet, and listen, it'd be a shouting match for sure. It's gonna be some niggas mad on both sides. It's gonna be no, we not doing that. He said, "My nigga, we not leaving till that shit get done. You bugging."
I don't understand how a man can drink his own pee and go blind in one of his eyes, and y'all saying he got the cure for AIDS and cancer.
That
What were we not looking at the same shit? Like, are y'all brainwashed? Is it a cult?
I just feel like once you drink your own pee and experience temporary blindness,
First off,
you are
niggas drink their own pee all the time. What was in your pee that made you go blind temporarily?
oh man.
What was in your
Oh
pee that made you
no.
go blind?
What was in the pee, Sebi?
It was all the alkalines and the nuts.
Nigga was drinking battery. Oh, but
Oh,
my nigga, my whole thing is, I feel like once you drink your own pee and go blind, you are not allowed to have health discussions. You're not allowed
yeah,
to weigh in on these
nigga.
discussions.
Even if it was me, if I was the
No,
one
no,
doing it
that's
and I
that's
drunk my own pee, I'd be like,
anybody,
damn, this is.
everyone,
Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. I'm going blind or drinking my own
bro,
pee.
bro,
At
bro,
what
bro.
moment do you wake up?
There are no exceptions to that law. That's a law, not a rule, not a theory, not a hypothesis. That's a law, nigga. That shit is eternal. If you drink your own pee and go blind, you are not allowed to give me health related advice at all. You can't sell health and wellness products. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. Now, if you just drink your own pee and don't go blind, okay, we'll have a discussion about it. But you're better
What
off
was
just not
what was
letting me
the
know you drink
reason
pee.
for him drinking his own pee?
I don't know. I
Niggas
don't
do
know.
that on survival shows.
Maybe he said, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna recharge himself. I don't know.
Recharge yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. What could it be? Let's be honest here. What could it be?
No, that's the secret to living forever. You just drink your own pee and you'll just keep revitalizing yourself and give yourself nutrients and energy. Good
It's like
morning, Queen.
it's a circuit. Good morning.
Grand Rising.
He says it's a circular theory, yo. The way of life, man. Come on now.
I'm recycling it.
No waste is real waste. You know, you just recycle that. Yeah,
Same
that's
thing with
it.
nut, yo. You gotta recycle that too.
You don't.
They don't want to hear that though. They not
I
gonna listen.
don't want to hear that though.
You know what? If there's anything that ever comes out where Dr. Sebi said you gotta drink your own nut, I'm instantly supporting that nigga because I know everybody to support him now is gonna stop. Immediately. They stop him.
And he only gonna support him on that one thing.
All the niggas that support Dr. Sebi are super, Dr. Umar, usually pro-black, uh, most likely homophobic, misogynist men. So as soon as Dr. Sebi started talking about drinking nut, it's over for you niggas. Well, who y'all gonna listen to now? Y'all not listening to Dr.
Nick
Fauci.
Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was just listening to that nigga talking about drinking nuts. So is he the authority now?
Bro. And even the funniest part, you remember when Nick Cannon was trying to get the movie made and he couldn't get the movie made, and of course, niggas tried to act like it was a conspiracy, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, I want y'all to just let's just go through the logic here, right? I'm a movie studio, and you're like, oh, okay, Nick Cannon, yeah, you my guy, yeah, what's up? You got a pitch? All right, tell me what your pitch is. He tells you what the pitch is. Sounds dope. We'll look into it. They look into it. Guess what they start finding the moment they look into it?
This nigga was drinking his own pee and going blind.
Right, so they start finding some things, and they say, "Well, Nick, so here's the thing, Nick. We can make the movie, but I think the direction we want to go in is portraying him as what's the word? What did you say in the meeting? Snake oil salesman? Yeah, that's what we're going for.
We want a deranged Gandhi.
Like a wow Black Power Gandhi, like really, like something like that, like without the little freaking sleeping with the little.
And we
Without that.
absolutely have to have the part in the movie where he drinks his own piss and goes blind. And it's not like he's peeing in a jar or nothing. He's holding up and peeing his own mouth like a chimpanzee. We gotta have it just like that.
You are diabolical. But yeah, no, man, it's like so. Of course, they're not gonna let you make that movie, bro. Of course, they're not gonna let you make that movie because they looked into it and said, "We can do this movie, but we kind of gotta. It's a certain spin we gonna have to give it." And well, and then Nick was like, "Well, I ain't making that movie. Nah, you're not gonna disrespect my man's like that, no." And then so
now I'm leaning towards conspiracy theory, right? Because peep.
Okay, I'm peeping.
The white man always wants to destroy the black community, right?
Facts.
So why would they portray Dr. Sebi as what he was, a snake oil salesman? Why would they make that movie when they could show him as what niggas think he is and then get niggas fucked up with bad medical advice? Because, so he was right the whole time.
No, because
he was right.
No,
confirmed. Dr. Sebi confirmed.
No, because medical racism already exists. We're already fucking you niggas up. I don't need Nick Cannon to be the spark behind that. No, we've been doing that for centuries, nigga.
Nick Cannon, the spark behind anything other than this fucking drumline.
Facts. Drumline and niggas wearing turbans.
Niggas wearing turbans. That should be outlawed.
Niggas in turbans.
Oh, I thought they was in Paris. I heard the whole song wrong.
And getting women pregnant.
Yeah.
That's a very key addition here.
He's the founding father.
I feel like, but that's like a Hotep creed, ain't it? Like they been on that wave. Like they've been on.
But they're not moving like Nick. Nick is
nobody moving like Nick. That's like Nick. Like he out here. He a hussy. He a hussy.
I think I just seen an article with him today saying monogamy is detrimental to the black community. I'm like, oh man.
I was like,
out here.
Now, when you say detrimental, like if we had a scale, right, where would monogamy be? Like, is this the most detrimental thing? Like,
is monogamy detrimental, or is having 8 kids and then dying and not taking care of any of those kids, or like, where is that on the scale?
Like the crazy thing, I never understood what like some of these niggas like. They're like, oh, monogamy is unnatural and da da da. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but like, why do y'all always try to convince people who don't believe that? Like, there's people who feel the same way as you that, like, nah, I'd rather be with mad people. Cool. Go get them. Go get them, Tiger. Like, why are you trying to convince a woman who strictly is like, nah, I need you to be loyal to me? I'm a cheat. She gonna be cool with it. What?
Also, you be saying monogamy isn't natural, but there's plenty of animals that literally mate for life. And there's animals that when their mate dies, they won't ever take another mate. Ever.
First off, any argument that says so and so isn't natural is cap because literally everything's natural. There's a species of animal like homosexual, all that shit is natural. Every animal group somewhere does something. It's that simple. So whatever.
There's species of lizards that will have women turn into niggas so that they can mate when there's no niggas around.
I'm crying. They just got a colony full of lesbians. They're like, all right, we gonna need some niggas. So
yeah, somebody gonna get fucked.
Everybody put their name in the hat. We gonna draw 10 niggas, and we gonna do the transformations tonight. All right.
It's completely random too. Like, there's no way to make it happen. So imagine you just chilling one day and you just wake up a nigga.
Nah, that's the shit where like niggas start doing bribes to try to change their odds and shit. They're like, yo, commissioner, look, I can give you 500,000. You could take my name out entirely. He said, "For me to take your name, I ain't gonna. That's my third request. So, you think you could do 600,000?" He said, "I could do 600,000. Yeah, for sure. I'm just not trying to be no nigga."
But I'm just letting you know, somebody come with a higher bid, I still get that money.
He said, "No, I know, but like the entry's closed in a couple hours." He like, and you think that's okay?
You don't think nobody's coming in the next 2 minutes?
Yeah, he said you don't think they ain't coming all the way up until they draw the names. All right, though. I mean, 600,000 should be good. Last year, 400,000 got it done.
Yeah, it's literally like you said. Whatever we think is natural or unnatural as humans, every animal on Earth got
or some animal on Earth does it. Like that's what I mean. Like there's precedent for almost all of this. Like
nigga, some fish don't even fuck. a bitch will just lay eggs and nigga will just dump off in the ocean and hope the sperm get there.
And somehow it do.
And somehow it do.
And somehow it do. Shit don't even make sense and it work. Like
you just let out a cloud of sperm and somehow eggs get inferted.
He said, "Are you gonna get near the eggs?" Nah, I'm just letting them off. Like right here? Yeah, nah. It's they all meet up on the same current. What?
I just feel it in my fish senses.
It's in my you know, my little tiny bones.
It's in my DNA.
But yeah, nah, I mean this shit's silly. Like that's why it's just I don't know, man. Niggas gotta stop falling for the snake oil sales. Like, for example,
niggas never stop falling for it. Ever.
I know. But another one, I seen you know NLE Chopper? You know the rapper? NLE Chopper, you know?
You talking about the nigga that be drinking chlorophyll and all the stuff, yeah.
I mean, that might be exactly what he doing. But
no, it literally is. I heard him talking about it before.
Okay. And here's my thing. I don't have no problem with niggas who do that, the CMOS and all that. I'm with all of that. Listen, if I had bread and I was in it, I probably would try it too. Fuck it. Why not? Let's just try it out.
I have chlorophyll drops right now. It is healthy.
Yeah,
just take a couple drops.
You see what I'm saying? So I ain't got no problem with that. But then I seen this nigga tweet something saying like my shit can help treat, and this nigga listed off like 18 things, and boy, were like many of them like incurable diseases. And I'm like, all right, so when you say treat HIV, what does that mean?
He's also like fucking 19, so he's a fucking idiot. The problem is that he's an idiot with a high platform.
Yeah,
so
not to mention you are an idiot who could possibly get charged with trying to practice medicine without a medical, which is exactly what your damn idol, Mr. Sebi, got charged with.
Mr. Sebington.
Mr. Sebington. Which is another thing about that court case. That should always bother me with that court case where niggas keep mentioning it and no one ever looks into the court case. Like, bro, do y'all know when y'all go to court, you are being charged with things and you can only be charged with the things that they have officially charged you with? Do you understand how that works?
No.
So like,
for example, I thought he went to court because he was fighting the government, yo, and then they killed him.
Yeah, so what charge was that? What charge was fighting the government? What you get?
Having the cure for HIV, duh. He had the cure for that, right?
He was charged with practicing without a medical license. That was the
charge. He's not even a doctor.
That was the charge level. I know, right? That was the charge leveled against him. He was just Sebi.
He's Mr. Sebington.
He's Mr. Sebington. But so that was the charge leveled against him, right? He's practicing without a license. And so they get into court, and mind you, he goes into his whole spiel about how he cured this and that, or how he can do this and that, do that. And they're like, all right, look, bro, but are you telling these people not to go to doctors because you can treat them? He said, oh, no. No, I didn't. Sir, that would be illegal. Lean into the mic. No, that is illegal, sir. He said, oh, okay. Well, we don't got no proof he did that, but so I guess we got to throw the case out. But you watch your back, Mr. Sebington, because you skating on thin ice there, buddy.
It's like that kid that kept acting like a doctor for like 30 times and kept getting caught and kept coming back.
I was just like, bro, listen, I hate when niggas say do your research and then the research be right there. Sometimes it ain't no research to do. Like,
when niggas say do their research, they mean go to the same Facebook group I'm in.
They mean believe me, nigga. Like,
they mean believe me. Yeah, I'm the research. I'm about to become the next Dr. Sebi.
Please do, yo. You gotta jug these niggas. But don't jug the niggas. Try to jug somebody else, please. We've been getting jugged enough, yo. Black Lives Matter got us. Please, come on, man. Just jug another group, yo, please.
I'm gonna jug African. It's not African Americans.
Oh man.
It's still gotta be black people. I'm sorry.
You said nah, man. Jug the NFT niggas, man. Try that.
You already in the process of doing that. I got Ja Rule on it. You saw he tweeted something about it the other day, so you already know what's coming.
I seen they found the founders of that board yacht shit, and for whatever reason they released like this long video message talking about like doxing and this and that, and it was like, bro, they dropped public info. They just dropped like y'all names and y'all what y'all do for a living and y'all age. They ain't give y'all address out, nigga. Like, like bro, they just said who y'all was. Like, this is basic reporting. If this was the New York Times, nigga, they would have ran with the same info. Like,
Wait, so these aren't the niggas that scam the people with the Minecraft server? These are just
uh, uh,
these
there's
are
all
just the niggas that made the board yacht apes. Why
yeah,
they
the ones you see all over the place.
why they even dox them? What was the point?
Well, they had been anonymous up until this point, right? And so a lot of people were thinking like, all right, with Paris Hilton and Jimmy Kimmel on live television, shilling, and all the celebs, Lil Baby, all these, the Steph Currys, all the niggas that have. Think about it. When you really look at the roster of niggas they've gotten to tweet at least once about this shit,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, it's some moves being made clearly
Oh, so
because
they just wanted to see who they was.
yeah, so niggas just was like, nah, hold on, y'all niggas don't get to just do all of this from the shadows. Fuck all that. Let me see who you is. So
How
they
old were they?
I didn't like look into it, but it was just like they got like I didn't look into it in terms of like actually for getting their names. I didn't care. I don't care what their names are. I
Yeah.
just seen they made a video in response to it saying that they had been doxxed and all. I'm like, bro, that's not doxing.
Nigga,
Publicly,
they found your name and age and what y'all do for a living. It's
yeah,
out there.
they found like a name or an email, traced the email back to your name, and they found the name on like a Facebook page. Like nigga, like like that's
Nigga, do you understand that being registered as a voter, your entire life is out there?
yeah.
Everything, your name, address, phone number is all out there.
And even beyond the voter shit, it don't matter how sneaky you think you being. You got an account somewhere that is tied to an email, and I'm gonna find you, nigga. Like it's just that simple. If you got a Domino's account, bitch, I'm in there. I'm gonna find you.
A Domino's account. A Domino's account.
Nigga, like, bro, I used Domino's in 4 years. Guess what? It's registered to the email. You're still using.
How
Gotcha.
you even find? Did you hack
He
Domino's? How
said,
you
no,
realize I had an
no,
email for
no,
Domino's?
no. I spoke to Domino's corporate and bought their data packages.
What? They
You like,
got that?
you like, oh, you a sick nigga.
You are sick. Domino's got a data pack where they selling niggas data.
I believe everybody is. Think about it. Why else
I
would
don't
they
like
be?
that.
Why else would they be keeping all that damn info? What can you like? You can use it for ads and marketing, but then after a certain point, there's still shit to sell. There's stuff where it's like, all right, we ain't figured out a formula for this yet, so we'll let somebody else use it too, and see what they do with it. And
I feel like you just can't legitimately, literally, outwardly sell niggas data. Like you have to mine it from somewhere.
no, you could,
And like,
bro.
there's
Think
no
about
way you could just. I can have a Domino's account.
it.
You could
You know
just sell
how?
my name,
You know
email, and
how?
phone number.
If there's a terms and conditions and none of you niggas reading it, you're cooked. Get out of here. Next. Like, let's be real here. How many of these apps and these shits got terms and conditions no one cares to read? And I'm sure someone somewhere would spot some egregious shit in there, right? Like if it's egregious, yeah, they'd probably catch it. But a lot of them don't have to write anything egregious because if you write it so general, it'll apply to everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like if you reserve the right to so and so and so, come on now. Like you can always do what you want to do with it. And yeah, you can opt out, but I'm gonna make the opt out button dumb hard to find, and it's not gonna be the default option. So guess what? It won't matter. You'll never do it. 10% of y'all will do it, and that's fine. We still selling 90% of y'all data.
I don't like the future.
Yeah, future's kind of whack. I'm just like, bro, y'all just collect the data. But that's why I'm realizing, bro, being an analyst, being able to analyze data,
You know
nigga,
what?
that is gonna be the job of the future, nigga. Because everything is analytics, everything is metrics, everything is that. And having some ability to do that in your field, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're a writer, having being able to optimize and all of that shit, it's gonna come down to that. Because it's about min maxing now. You know what I'm saying? It's late stage capitalism. Everybody got their builds. They got their builds set already. It's just like, all right, I just want to get a better piece. I want to get a new gloves. I'm looking for perfect rolls.
Perfect rolls. I just need your info for Domino's real quick.
Sure, if I get this Domino's info, that might be it. I might get the perfect roll on it. Nigga like Domino's? Hey, bro, look, I don't try Target, that ain't work. I don't try CVS, that ain't work. He said bump it. I'm gonna try Domino's, see what we get. Try Jimmy John's next.
Jimmy John's. Try Jason's Deli.
Jason's Deli. I'm crying. Mr. Subs.
That's a little bit too deep cuts. I don't know. Let's try Witch.
Mr. Subs is a Jersey. Oh, Witch. They got Witch down there in DC?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we had a Witch on our campus. Yeah, you ever heard of Obon Pan?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
Obama Kanye too.
I'm not
Okay,
even
cool.
gonna try to pronounce that.
That's it.
No,
It's
you're not saying
Obama
it
Kanye.
right.
It
You're
is. Nigga,
not.
I took French.
No, you're not. Okay, nigga, I took French too. Fuck, that
So
means you remember it, right?
you know it's right, nigga. The fuck?
I took French in like
Don't care.
what was it? Probably like 4th to 7th grade,
You whack.
and they
Going
really fucked up my whole schooling career. Really fucked up my extracurricular languages because I took Spanish in like from like pre-K up to 3rd grade, and then I took French from 4th to 7th grade, and then I took Spanish from 8th to 12th grade. So y'all just like threw me in mixed
you
and match and shit.
was cooked. Worth. The only other thing they could have did to make it worse is just give you like 1 year of
Give
German.
me German and
Yeah,
yeah,
one
go
year of
from 8 to
Mandarin.
11. 8 to 11 Spanish, and then senior year German.
Senior year of Mandarin. You just like for what? I just wanted to test your abilities. It's a nigga I follow on YouTube, but I don't, I ain't gonna give him a shout out because he got paid me for that. But it's like this white boy who do all these languages. This nigga just like pick up a language and learn that shit in weeks.
Is this
It don't
nigga a
matter what it is.
genius?
I mean, he literally had a video where they was allegedly scanning his head to see if he was a genius. I ain't watched the video, so I'm just gonna assume he's not. But
That nigga
yeah,
just got
nah,
the
like
same work ethic.
but it is funny to like watch them videos because it's like one of them things where you see because like he went to one spot and was speaking he was speaking like Igbo, like one of the tribes in Nigeria, like, and as soon as he started talking, them niggas were looking like, hey yo, yeah, my man, what the fuck you just say? What you say? What you just say to me? And niggas say the shit
What
again.
did you
They
say?
looking like, oh, yeah. Oh, and it's like that white dude on the plane. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake. That shit was so like niggas would love that shit. Like he would come in there speaking Navajo or something. And niggas, I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. The niggas will fight tooth and nail to get. Yo, my man, I really respect that, yo. You can't tell. You knew where to come talking that shit. Yo. You knew exactly
Yeah,
where to
you ain't
come.
just go to no random place speaking some random language. You came directly to me.
He said, you came to Jamaica, Queens. Said, yo, hold on. Y'all want to see some patois from a white boy? Watch this. And they started cooking this shit.
No, that's talent right there.
Nah, it is. And I was like, bro, that shit. And it's one of them things where it's like, everybody he do it to a nigga. Everybody love it. I ain't seen a nigga yet to like hear it and be like, man, what do you think you is? Nigga, every time niggas, oh shit, what? What? Oh shit, what? Like, yo, mom, yeah, come on, ma. It's a nigga out here talking crazy. Come on. He said, yo, say that shit you said to me and my mom. Niggas start talking and the mom just like, oh my god, what is it? What? Having a full convo and I'm like, yeah, when you start learning, when you start learning, what? Like I see what lady invited this nigga on vacation. Just cause that nigga was talking to her, she was like, oh no, I gotta bring you around, yo. I bring you to the
Wait, invited a nigga on vacation just because he can speak the language?
yeah, she was like, nah, I bring you to the crib. Them niggas gonna go ape shit. They hear you talking this shit. They gonna go apington. Nah, I got yo, show. Send me your details. I got you, bro.
I want to learn another language, but I just gotta try.
Yeah. That being the key part.
Yeah, it's just it's just difficult to just try to learn another language.
You said an effort has to be made, huh? Yeah, I get it.
It's hard to try anything these days.
Yeah, well, look, I'll try.
Except crack. It's easier to try crack.
Is it?
Yeah, you just gotta find a nigga doing crack.
Well, I mean, is that easy? Well, I mean, I guess it is, depending on where you. Well, no,
Nigga,
you ain't never too far for some crack, I guess.
it's not crackheads by me now, but where I used to live, I was across the street from the 7-Eleven in Southeast DC, and the crackheads was running rampant. They was
Nah,
just out.
I do like a government PSA. You are never more than 30 minutes away from some crack.
Nigga, I walked out of my house one day, out the front door, and it was a nigga walking down the sidewalk with his pants around his ankles, just muttering to himself.
Okay.
That's just how it was.
No, I get it.
And 7-Eleven was just the place to be. You looking for some
Oh
crack?
yeah, it was. It was. They would say no loitering, but what that mean?
No, but they don't really mean that.
Yeah,
They
what
know
that
what they're
mean?
doing.
What that
Yeah.
mean? You know what it is, man. Just collect your cut and we'll be alright.
Yeah. You know it's fucked up if the 7-Eleven don't say no loitering. They're outwardly selling drugs.
See that? Nah, they selling something worse than drugs, nigga. They selling limbs.
Limbs. They selling Jason's Deli sandwiches.
It's like the nigga turning them niggas into duck steak, turning them into mushrooms and shit. He said, "Yeah, yo, we got a new mushroom and Swiss burger, yo. It's to die for."
Yeah, that nigga in. Yeah, he was. That nigga's different. Speaking of Netflix shows, I finished Hellbound.
Yeah.
That was I liked Hellbound more than I liked All of Us Are Dead.
Mm-hmm.
All of Us Are Dead was good. I liked it. It's just that everybody on that show was a fucking piece of shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody except like the main core of characters, except for like the main, I would say 3 or 4 people, and then the family of these 3 or 4 people. Everybody else is a piece of shit. This show was just nothing but betrayals, a nigga falling down, and then the nigga that was with him leaving him for dead for the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a nigga that's not infected, and then somebody putting zombie blood on a cut he has to infect him to get him kicked out the group.
Yeah.
Shit, just diabolical shit like that. Niggas were
Niggas be
acted
sick.
sickening. And the worst part is that these are children. This was in a school. These aren't adults. Kids are doing this diabolical shit. Like every episode, it was a new person. Like, you're a piece of shit too. It's like either you're a piece of shit or you're a fucking dumbass. There was like 2 smart people in the whole show, and it was pissing me off. That show was pissing me off. Hellbound, I like that a lot more. It was a lot more chill. It was a lot more fun seeing smoky spirit gorillas beat the dog shit out of people.
Yeah, bro. The first beating, yo. The first
First beat.
demonstration.
That's what we're gonna call them, the beatings.
Yeah,
The
the beatings,
beatings.
the great beatings. But like, bro, the first one that I seen, once I seen that, I was like, "Hey, yo."
Yo, I was watching it and I was like, how's he not dead yet? Like they were picking him up by his leg and slamming him into cars. And then they like finally took his head and just they didn't even slam it through the glass. They like slowly pushed it into this bus window until it broke and his head went through. I'm like,
Uh,
how is this nigga not dead? And then finally they threw him on the ground and seared him to death with their fucking magic gorilla powers.
their spirit silverback power.
Silverback power. Like, yo. And each beating was worse than the last. And I think it was like I didn't catch it the first time. I thought the first time it was just because he was running. It took me a couple beatings before I realized like they're not just taking people to hell. They're actively trying to beat the shit out of these people.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It
not
was
like this is not just a run up on you. Oh, you submit. All right, all right.
No, it
Hey,
was
nah.
when the lady was in her house in front of everybody when they had her on the ground and all 3 of them walked over and started punching her on the ground. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they're actively jumping niggas. This is what they do.
That was what the demonstration on TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one was because it's so funny. For the longest, I was thinking like this shit probably not gonna happen, and then them boys showed up. I was like, oh no, this shit happening for real, for real? Okay. And then they got there and they walloped her, and I'm like, oh, it's always like this. Okay, it's never.
Yeah.
Gonna
So y'all always just beating the dog. For the longest time, I was really trying to figure out like what was her sin? Why is this happening to her? And then the next couple episodes, they're like, oh, it's not sin. These niggas are capping. It's just a random event that just happens here, apparently.
Yeah, and when they find out, they just attach some fake shit for the agenda.
Yeah. The shit with the baby threw me off because even the spirit that comes and announces, even the spirit paused for a second, was like, really? A baby? The spirit was like, child of Su Ying Jung, you damn. you are bound for hell.
Yeah, nigga thought about it, job's a job, but sheesh.
Yeah, a baby? Fuck. All right.
Baby.
But that's an interesting idea to me. The fact that this isn't God enacting punishment on people. These are just natural disasters.
Yeah, that
And it got me
people
to
yeah.
thinking, like, what if in the world there was no natural disasters, no hurricanes, no earthquakes, nor tornadoes? It was just gorillas pulling up and beating the shit out of people, and then you die.
Astro gorillas beating the
That's
dog shit at you.
that's the only natural disasters we have on Earth. Niggas don't die in earthquakes. There's no random mudslides, no boulders crushing people. It's just spiritual gorillas pulling up and beating the shit out of people.
How do you even beat them niggas? You can't.
You can't. No, that's why it's a natural
But
disaster. You just die.
I tell you what though, the twist at the end, and of course is I mean, we didn't say spoiler alert, but like let's be real here. You
This
listen
show
to
is old.
and you listen to us talk about it. Like, come on now, you should have skipped this part. But the ending
where she came back.
I said, oh shit.
Before that, when the lawyer was driving away with the baby, I'm like, okay, this is a good ending. There's no need for season 2 because the church is already discredited since they seen what happened. She's driving away with the baby. This is a good ending. But then they went back to her getting remade. I'm like, they gotta do a season 2 now. I have to know what's going on. I have to know.
I seen that and I was like, yo, don't tell me she gonna come back and be a menace. Because Lord, I tell you what, if y'all boys, if I got beat by the Astro Gorillas to hell and back, oh, when I come back, boy, I'm Magneto, nigga. And it ain't no Professor X out here.
I'm acting like Kratos from God of War. If I fight my way out of hell and come back, I am wreaking havoc.
Yeah, nah, havoc ain't enough, nigga. I am indecipherable violence.
Nigga, I'm gonna be in a frenzied state. I'm gonna be like a rabid dog. No, but that shit blew me away. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect her to just rematerialize. I have no idea what's gonna happen in season 2. Like, is everybody that got taken gonna get rematerialized, or only people that didn't actually sin? Or like how what's the criteria for people coming back?
Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be one of the big questions, right?
But either way, the church is done. If niggas start coming back, this shit's done.
But remember, not necessarily, because the church still has that faith aspect, and that's part of what the show is trying to get you to understand is blind faith, right? Like, and how people can manipulate your faith. Once you get there, it really don't matter because it's always an explanation. And whenever there isn't one, I can give you the generic cop out, right? Like, because let's be real here, even in religion, it's kind of like that. Like, there's a lot of things where it's just we move by faith and not by sight. So sometimes you're not gonna see it. You never gonna see it. It's just you're gonna be like, I don't see how I'm gonna make my way out of this. And then you have faith and make your way out.
Address the generic cop out thing though, because they were discussing how the religion was going to be ruined if people saw this baby get the demonstration. But and then, like, then if we add the idea of born into sin, then we're just the same thing as Christianity. So what are we gonna do? So like, what are they gonna do?
Shit, they might just do the same thing as, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean. They find I don't know. They find another way to explain it because they coming back and it depends how they move when they come back. You know what I'm saying?
They could just the parents dying instead of the baby. They could turn that to their favor, honestly. Yeah. Like, I was thinking, like, if the baby dies, there's no way they can escape past this. But when the parents made the ultimate sacrifice and saved the baby, I was thinking, I'm glad the baby lived, but this is actually bad because now the church can say, see, God didn't kill the baby.
Baby. There ain't no original sin. Y'all did that. Y'all got to pay for that. And because y'all paid for that, your baby didn't go. Bravo.
No, I wasn't even thinking about original sin when the baby got cast. I was originally thinking, because right before that scene, the producer was talking shit to the church. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is going to be the sins of the father type shit, right?
Okay.
That's immediately what I went to. I'm glad they didn't go that direction because I like this direction a lot more. But that was my first thought. I was like, oh, so now the father is gonna cause the baby to die?
Like, yo, the crazy one. Remember the one where the dude went out to sea and he found him out there and they swallowed this nigga under the water. I was like, yo, it's every time with
It
it.
don't matter, even if it's not a flat surface, yo. You underwater getting meat. They
Yeah.
just it don't. And then they steered this nigga underwater. Probably kill some fish with the heat.
Nah, the worst one though was when they gave Shorty 10 seconds. That was the
that
was the
yo.
filthiest one. The filthiest one of the
When I
whole.
saw that shit, I was like, no fucking way. 10 seconds?
I couldn't believe it. Like the ghost popped out. He was like, "Son, you." I'm like, no, nah.
10 seconds, yo. I need a whole nother series that don't have none of the story elements. It's just people dying in different situations in different amounts of time.
increments.
10 seconds is fucking. You don't even have time to even contemplate. You don't even think about mortality in 10 seconds. You don't.
Mhm. That's like episode 1. That's the all right. Episode 1 to be a dude who get 24 hours, bang out. That's easy. Episode like 2 through 4 will be like a nigga who get a week, and then you can do episode 5. It's a nigga who get, that's a nigga who get like 8 hours, but he trying to live it up. That shit like
10 seconds. I can't even fathom that.
yeah, that 10 seconds was OD. I remember that. I was like, yo, nah, this is unbelievable.
Whoever put that in there, they need an Oscar or something. They need some type of award for that because that shit is 10 seconds while they're driving. It's not like you sitting in the crib chilling. While you're driving,
that shit was
you
so
get 10 seconds left to live.
diabolical, yo, nefarious, nigga.
That nigga just popped in the back seat. Yo, you got 10 seconds to live.
He cleared his throat. My fault. Yeah, bro, you got 10 seconds. I'm not even gonna hold you.
How can I even prepare for that?
They didn't, nigga, as you see.
I commend the dad though. He put his own life in jeopardy to hopefully save his daughter by driving off the cliff.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he just didn't know niggas got a mission. Job's a job, mate.
Yo, that one where the nigga killed himself and they dragged his spirit out and started beating his
that
spirit
one
out.
was crazy too.
How are you beating up a spirit?
That one was insane. I was saying that one and the 10-second ones. Those was the two most ones where I was just like, hey yo, these niggas got it, yo. They so good with this shit. I was like, yo, this writing is incredible, yo. You niggas got it.
Because all the other ones, this shit, y'all niggas.
Because the other ones make sense, like right. Because the other ones are just typical ultraviolet 2020 media, right? Like let's be real here, like. Oh, a nigga getting beat to dog shit and then vaporized into hell. Yeah, sure. We seen that. All right, I guess. And then you start getting freaky with it. Like, oh, a nigga killed himself to try to avoid the vaporization. Bad idea, buddy. You had to wait getting
in front of everybody now. Your whole family seeing it.
Oh, man. That was.
And not only that, his spirit was naked, too. He wasn't even in like a suit. His spirit was naked. You getting naked, getting jumped, dumped out by black spiritual gorillas.
That shit was so OD, yeah. That's why once I seen them, I was like, nah, this series is like that. They got it. You got it, folk. But it's a good series. And I even like I said, I liked a lot of the religious commentary. Like, I liked. And my thing is, it's one of those series that you could take either aspect away and it was still enjoyable. Like you could take the religious part away from it entirely, like you said, and just just turn it down to natural disaster, and it's still wild. Even based off of that concept, it's still fucking wild. And then you can just do you can pretend the church was right. You know what I'm saying? You can pretend the church was right, and it's all about that, and that's still nasty too because then you see the way that they twisted it and freaking it for their own good. So I mean. Very solid, man.
Every aspect of that church, not even a church, that fucking cult, was just
that's what it
pissing me
was,
off every single aspect, every turn of the way. And the fact that they have the arrowhead to do their dirty work, that shit was just pissing me off the whole time. Like
for a long time, I was trying to figure out. Yeah, for a long time, I was trying to figure out like what was the arrowhead's place in all of this shit. And then once it got to like the fast forward after the and got to the child, that's when it started all to make sense. I was like, oh, okay, niggas is really just y'all was just
hired goons for the church.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all was just mercenary. Y'all was mercs, nigga. Like
started off as radical devotees to the cult, And then 4 years later, now y'all are the right hand, the enforcers for the cult. Like, yo, this is scary. If some shit were like to really happen like this, there's gonna be a cult that just has niggas going out here abducting niggas and burning them alive.
I mean, they gonna. I mean, that's. Hey, look, with all that Christian fundamentalism going on, that might be where niggas is headed. I'm telling niggas, man.
Yeah, no. All I was thinking that
Listen.
whole show was I just wouldn't let this shit happen to me.
Yeah, now listen. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm Christian myself, so I feel like that's an advantage. We can figure some things out. I'll figure out how to freak it, but I see what they doing, man. I see what they doing. Like, perfect example. Did you see they supposed to be banning like astrology and the tarot cards and all that shit from like TikTok, I think
You know, I
Facebook.
saw that, but I don't believe it.
I don't.
That
Well, again, we'll see. We'll see.
well, yeah, well, if it does happen, then that's definitely Christian fundamentalism. But if it doesn't happen, I didn't expect it to happen. It's like
But
when
but
they
my
talk about banning the internet and having to pay $20 to visit sites.
Okay, no, but listen, there's a difference between saying something that wild and saying that niggas will try to remove shit that the church has been against for fucking centuries. Like the
Yeah,
church
that's
has
true.
been against tarot and they've been against all of that shit for a long time. Like, oh, you pulling cards and reading niggas. Stop that. Stop it. Now.
Nasty.
Now.
Nasty.
You nasty boy. Like they've been against that, so that's why for me it's believable. Now I don't know, like you said, we'll wait and see if that shit really happened. You know what I'm saying? But I believe it because again, niggas is trying to do it with sexual content, and if you're gonna go that route, then of course you're gonna go the tarot and astrology route too. Yeah, get that out of here. Of course. Why? Like if you gonna cut out coochie, you think about how hard that fight is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you understand the fight that it takes to get coochie erased from the internet. That's a strong and long battle, nigga. You ain't you ain't about to fight that shit for a year or two and then win. That's not how this works. You gotta fight coochie tooth and nail for a while. And you might win. You probably will win if you got enough money and I can really hold it down, but you're gonna have to fight that. But so you fighting astrology and tarot, yeah, I believe all of that shit. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you be fighting that? That's part of the mission too. Trying to get all of that shit out of here. Freaky behavior, man. Real nasty.
Scary world we live in. For
Real
sure.
nasty, man. Y'all be safe out here, man. Yo, listen, y'all brush up on some of the Christian religion, man, because you see
No,
how
y'all
niggas
brush up on your
perverting it.
gun safety. Arm up.
Nah, facts. Bizax.
If you, I was just thinking the other day because my landlord had to come into my room to fix something, and I didn't hide any of the weapons in our room. I was like, this nigga probably think I'm a fanatic because I don't have any guns visible in my room, but there are at least I don't know, like
Yeah, I mean,
they're like
you don't got to tell us on air how many of them things you got on you, like.
no, I'm not gonna tell all of them, but there's at least like 4 knives visible in my room as soon as you walk in. Like big Bowie knives, like the ones that niggas in Australia be using to gut
Yeah, the ones
alligators, like 12-inch knives.
yeah, the shit you be chopping trees down, chopping bamboo down and shit with.
No, those are machetes.
Oh, okay, you
I
got
got
flavor.
I got a machete too, but I got like at least like four 12-inch Bowie knives just hidden in various places around my room in case anybody tried to sneak in.
So have you like workshopped the places?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
one like right
like
behind the door. So
you
like
did a
it's kind
couple
of
exercises. He was like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna roll out the bed. Where do I land? Okay, I land right here. So I need some. So I need one right under
no,
because
ain't no. I'm there all in places. I don't need to. Oh, if I land here, there's no if I land here. There's one on top of my headboard above my bed. So as soon as the door open, knife in hand, if I have to open the door for somebody, there's one behind my door. So the
yeah, that's the
knife
same.
behind in
That's what I
hand.
was saying. If you
Oh,
at the
well,
door, you got one. You got one for that.
yeah,
You got the multiverse. You got
multiverse.
the multiverse of knives. Like
You
nigga
gotta
said,
stay strapped, yo.
he said there are 19 possible outcomes, and I have nine. And I have knives for 17 of them. He said, what about the other two? Hands will do.
It's also not counting firearms, but that's a last resort. I just
He said, yeah.
you don't take out a firearm unless you want to take something from somebody. A knife is usually enough to scare somebody away.
I always think about like, man, you pull out a knife on a robber, and he like, oh, hey, wait, hold on, is that the Amazon one? That nigga point out the model. Yo, is that
The
the?
same exact knife.
That nigga pull out his. Yo, look, oh, don't wild out, don't wild out. I got the same shit, bro. Yeah, I got mine like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, word. Yeah, okay.
That reminded me of a TikTok I saw like last week where somebody asked, "Would you rather have a nigga pull a knife on you or pull a gun on you?" And the nigga was like, "As somebody that's lived for 30 years and has had both a knife and a gun pulled on you, you definitely want a gun pulled on you because 9 times out of 10, if a nigga is pulling a gun on you, it is to scare you. He not gonna try to use that. If a nigga is pulling a knife on you, it is not to scare you. He
Yeah,
has
he's ready
stabbed
to
niggas
use
before,
that.
and he is going to stab you."
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Nigga,
Like,
you pull out a gun on somebody, niggas know that's a murder charge. You pull out a knife on somebody,
yeah,
assault with a deadly weapon,
and think about it, even
battery.
with a gun, right? Like once you put one of them things out, like that's just the instant. Oh, okay, no, that's the win button. Yeah, you got it. No, you got it. Yeah, I ain't got one of those. You got it. You got it. Don't worry about it. But again, you pull out a knife and I got a knife, I'm gonna mess around and think, all right, maybe we could do. And this old boy thinking like, nah, I know what happens when I pull mine out. Do you? Do you know what happens when you pull that
Exactly.
thing out? I do. I'm like, I don't like that. What we gonna duel to the death, bro? Come on, it ain't that much in here to take.
I'm definitely getting a knife duel. It just depends on if you've been taking your Detroit herbal survival training.
Yeah, I mean, come
You
on now.
got your knife.
Who
Just make sure
hasn't?
you disarm him.
Yeah, who hasn't been taking their urban survival training? Come on now.
Detroit
Yeah,
specific
no, I know.
herbal
Not the
survival
us,
training.
but the dust. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, who hasn't been doing it?
I, I don't know. Pity the fool.
Beautiful. See, I've been doing mine with scissors, because I'm ping, ping, ping. I like to hit them niggas with the jazz, the ping, 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 ping.
Hey, yo, everybody's grandma's house had them really, really super dupe sharp pair of scissors. So you
Mm-hmm.
stab a nigga with them old school metal
Mm-hmm. You
scissors.
hit them with the ping, 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 ping.
Yeah, not the shits you get from Target nowadays. Them super old, super long, all
The
silver or all gold silk.
stainless steel
Yeah,
scissors, boy.
you stab a nigga with that, that's basically a knife.
Ping, 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 ping. I'm cracking your armor with that one.
Or what you break the scissors in half and then you just slice niggas with one of the blades.
Oh, he is sick, man. He's can you imagine? He's breaking the head.
No, we not
Let's
stabbing. We
go.
cutting today. Or no, you break them both and you hold both in each hand.
He said, "I'm a barber today. What's up? You need a fade?"
That's terrifying. If I'm going to fight a nigga and he takes a pair of old school grandma scissors
Break them
and
apart.
breaks them in half and is walking towards me, I'm going to run away.
Nigga dual wielded a single pair of scissors. No, sir. No, sir. You got it. You
If you
have to
can
have
dual wield a single weapon, I don't want anything to do with
it. A one-handed weapon. How he dual wielded? He dual wielded a one-handed weapon. Come on, man. Nah. You got
play
it.
too much, yo. Put the scissors back together. Let's
Yo,
talk
come
about
on.
this like adults.
You play too much. Yo, it's all right. Look. Put this shit back together. Now, hold on. No. Listen. We can come to some sort of middle ground or agreement.
And the middle ground is where you put the scissors back together and
Yeah.
they reattach.
And then we talk from there.
Yeah, look, have a seat. Have a seat. This is your table. You can have a seat whenever you want to, right? Have a seat. Imagine
Uh,
back in the day, like back in the 1700s, niggas really used to like rob people with those scissors.
I
Those
mean,
old
listen,
grandma scissors.
if you catch anybody at the right time with them scissors, bro, they giving it up. Like you just said, let a nigga, you see somebody, I don't care if you at Walmart. Nigga, break them scissors.
Or
Oh, yeah,
yo, man, y'all that don't got no sense.
Oh, really?
Look at the point on them. That's a hypodermic needle right there.
Oh my goodness. That second one, that Wusthof.
Whoosh.
That Wusthof. Oh, brother.
Look at the grip you can get on them. It's like 13 different holes you can put your fingers.
Nah,
It's like brass knuckles for scissors.
but look at the blade on that Guggenheim though, yo. Come on.
That's the
yo.
one I'm talking about. It's like a
Come
hypodermic
on,
needle.
boy. That shit is piercing armor quickly.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you just put in your hand and you just start stabbing down.
You get to work.
That's going through Batman armor.
He said, yeah, that's you said, oh, what you got a red armor, the Evo shield? Yeah, it ain't gonna matter. Let me get that. This should do more damage the stronger your
I thought
shield
y'all
is.
supposed to be making scissors more safe, yo. Y'all still got
Nah,
the
they got that
same
shit.
scissors
Listen,
from 2000, not to the 1730.
nah, you listen, you know what you're doing with some of these ones. Some of these ones you only buying for that. Like, you know what you
You
buying.
only buying for murder,
No, not quite. You only buying for like they
self
dummy
defense. You buy
precision.
scissors for self.
Precision, baby.
Oh, because you can get that one crisp cut down the
Yeah,
paper.
you know how some of them scissors be, bro. I seen
Oh
niggas
yeah, them
cut
scissors
like
be making me about to
I've
nut.
seen niggas cut like
Glide across the paper.
cardboard
Yeah,
with like just like the lightest stuff. I'm like, yo,
yeah. Some of them
you just
scissors.
cook some styrofoam, cut clean through the styrofoam like a blade. Interesting.
I get that. It is enticing to go straight through paper or cardboard.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. And guess what it's gonna do to your finger?
that shit coming off.
And if it don't come off, oh boy, you got a dangler.
Oh, dangler! Don't say that.
You got a
Oh,
dangler.
imagine. Oh man, imagine you cut through the meat on both sides and it's just bone.
He said, I
Oh
just cut the
man.
meat on my bone and I can't move.
See, that's why I said you don't even got stabbed. You could just take them apart and you just slice them.
Stop it. Like you said, giving them a cut. Let me give you a shave. Let me shave
Like you
that beard.
cut G.
Sound like you cut, G. All right, we gotta get out of here, yo. For we commit some some especially heinous
I'm
crimes.
about to commit terroristic acts with scissors.
Niggas about to be throwing scissors like Kuna. All right, we out of here, Craig. We not gonna
Okay.
pay you. You said Rip Craig? What you say?